Okay, so this is going to be a quick one. I wanted to do a video demonstrating what I did on here. So um, this is my view here. This is just a starter level that came with the engine. So I'm gonna click play here, and this is my character currently. As you can see, the camera speed is pretty fast actually, but I added a sprint feature. So this is how he goes when he's sprinting, and this is how he is when he's just walking. And what I wanted to do is create a flashlight, and to do that I need to go back here to the viewpoint, and we're going to add a light here. So what we're gonna be looking for is we're gonna go here. Torch, was it? No. Light. We're just gonna look at our light. This isn't a tutorial, by the way. I think it's the spotlight. Yes! That's what we were looking for. And we're just going to put it right around there. And then what we're gonna do is we're going to go here. We're going to change this to a more yellow. Maybe around there. And then change those to this. Okay. Then we're just gonna click OK here, and we're going to look at some of the settings here. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to reduce this here. So right now we have the intensity at 5,000. We're gonna leave that there for now, and then we're gonna be messing with the radius. So I want the radius to actually extend pretty far, so I'm gonna put it I'm gonna leave it at default for now. And then the cone angle, I think, is what I wanted to mess with. Yes. So up to there. Outer cone angle, we're gonna reduce it. Oops. To around there. Let's go back to the inner. Right there. Oh god. Okay, we're just gonna manually put 23. Yeah. And then we'll put here 26. So I'm gonna compile this, and then I am going to press Control L. Let me back out here. So Control L, and we're gonna oops, we're gonna change this to nighttime. So if it would cooperate with me, there we go. So we're gonna go dark. Look at that. Okay. So we're gonna press play, and you can see I have a light. If I sprint, this is how it looks like. What we want to do is we want to create a spring. so we can be able to look down and up and everything. So we're gonna click escape, and we're gonna go back here, and we're gonna add a spring arm. And we're gonna leave that like that. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna drop that here. And then like that. And then we're going to move this where is it? To right around here. And that should fix things. So let's take a look here. We're gonna compile, and we're gonna click play. And that didn't fix it. So we're gonna go back. Okay, so let's try that again. There we go. Now let's see what happens. So the spring isn't working because you can't move the light up and down. Well, you kind of can, but what I'm trying to do, see, because you can't see like close by, and that's what I want to do, is be able to like move the camera, the flashlight up and down. So we're gonna escape again and see what we, and we move this to right. I think that did it. Yeah. See? So this is what the light is doing now. I can check through the floor. And if I sprint around here, you can see. So this is obviously not gonna be, but I wanted to at least demonstrate what I've been figuring out in the coding aspects of things. Well, this isn't really so much the coding. This is more like, I mean, I guess some coding is involved, but I'm not actually in there with the actual coding. But this is more of the feature that you can use in the frigging engine, because I can't speak. So I'm going to escape, and I'm gonna go back here, and now that I have this at that, I'm going to actually reduce the intensity. Is still good. I wanted to go for the inner cone angle, so we're gonna actually put this at 12, and I'm curious to how that looks. So we're gonna click here, and as you can see, it's, yeah, still pretty bright. You can still see decent. Okay, so really and truly, you can do a lot with this. Alright, we are back with another video. So, I wanted to go ahead and create the flashlight where it goes on and off. So, what I want to do right now is I want to go to up here where this guy is, and we're going to escape here. We're gonna go back here. We're gonna do some coding. So we're gonna go up here because we don't want to mess with any of this, and we're gonna go ahead and use the spotlight as a reference, and then we're gonna do a search, and we're gonna use the F key in order for us to do the turn on and off the flashlight. And then we're going to do show visibility, I believe, or let me look up visibility. So we're gonna do set visibility. Let me look at my notes here. I have a reference. So we're actually gonna, set visibility. So we're gonna do a search here, set visibility, and we're gonna be doing it with the spotlight. So, or I guess the spring arm. So I guess it would be the spring arm 1. And we're gonna turn this on. And we're gonna go ahead and move this over here. And then we're gonna copy and move this over here and turn this off. And then we're gonna do a flip-flop. And we're gonna move this here. I'm gonna highlight all of this and move it up here more or less. And then we're gonna put this here. And then when pressed, we're gonna move this here. And then we're gonna move this here. And then we're gonna move this here and this here. And then we're gonna put the B over here. And then we're gonna go to spotlight, and we're gonna turn off visibility. Now, what should happen is when I click the F, it should the first one would go here to set visibility. So when I press F, it goes through here to set visibility, and when I press it again, it goes here to no visibility. So we're gonna test this out, see if it works. So right now we're dark. So let's click F and see what happens. Excellent. And then we can turn it off. Look at that. So now I'm going to add a sound effect to it. So I'm going to escape, go back here to the coding, and we're going to go up here, we're gonna actually move this over here some, and this is gonna move here, and then so I wanted to go here and go to my content browser. Okay, download link, I believe it is this one. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna right click and we're gonna create queue, and then we're gonna call that Torchlight, and then we're gonna open it up, and then I'm going to play it, and there you go. So we're going to go here and we're gonna mess around with some of the settings here. So we're gonna click here to override, and we want to make this 3D so we can hear it in the surroundings. So we're gonna change this to 100, and then we're gonna change this to 1500, and then once we do that, we'll go back here, we'll go up, and we'll put sound. So we're gonna drag this. So first of all, we got the spotlight here, so we're gonna move this, and we're actually going to call this flashlight. So that makes that edit there. So we're gonna do this, we're gonna move this over here, and so we're gonna move this and we're gonna look for play sound, and we're gonna do play sound at location. So we're gonna actually move this up here, we're gonna move this up here. I'm not sure if I actually need these, but I'm just gonna move them down here. Okay, so then we move that there, and then we're gonna do a search for get world location, and we're gonna move this over here. So we're gonna drag this to here. No. So we're gonna I'm gonna drag this over here, and then the return value we're gonna move over here. So then we just go here to select, and we're gonna look for Torchlight, I think is what let me see what I named it. Torchlight. So we're gonna go here, torch, light sound effect, and I believe this is this one. Cool. And I believe that's it. Let's give it a go and see what happens. Yep. And that's it. That is the whole video. Okay, we're gonna leave that like that. And that's the video. that's the video. Thanks. Thanks for watching. Thanks. Bye.